All right, welcome. So, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for your purchase. Today's video is going to be about setting up the birthday flow. Now, as you may know, people love their birthday. They love to be celebrated. Some people, they celebrate all month long. So, if you have an email list, the birthday flow, it does extremely well. All right. So, first thing first, you have to actually be collecting birthdays in order for this to be a success. All right. So, there are a couple of different ways that you can collect birth dates. You can collect birth dates in your welcome series. You can collect birth dates in your pop up, or you can just send out a regular email campaign where you are asking for someone's birthday. In today's video, I'm going to show you one way that you can create a opt-in form to collect birthdays. All right. Then I'm going to actually show you how to create a birthday flow, and I got a little bonus for you at the end. All right. So first thing you want to do, you want to log into your Klaviyo account, and in the left hand side, you want to go to list and segments. Then you want to go to create new, create list. All right. So we are going to label this birthday. You can label it birth dates. You can label it birthday collection. Whatever it is that you want to name it, just be able to identify that this is the list with the birth dates on it. All right. So then you want to go to create list. All right. Once you get to this screen, I want you to go to settings, and we are going to change the settings for this list. We want to go to consent. Then we're going to scroll down to opt-in process. Right now, it is automatically set to double opt-in. We want to change this to single opt-in. All right. And the reason being is most of the people's birthdays that we are going to be collecting, they're already on our list. So we don't necessarily need them to double opt in. All right. So from there, you want to make sure that you hit save. Once that is saved, we are going to go to the tab that says subscribe and preferences pages. All right. Now we want to customize this for this list. All right. And we are customizing our subscribe page. Now, if you don't know what a subscribe page is, it is very similar to a landing page, but it's not on your website. There is a custom URL for Klaviyo. So we're going to be using this as a landing page. All right. So with default, this is what your page will look like. So it will have the name of your brand. So before I switched over to your email bay, my brand was called Pretty Penny Mama. All right. It's going to have your privacy is important. We will never share your email or information with anyone. This is very important. Just so people can know anytime you are creating a subscribe page, just to let people know that you are not going to sell their information with all the hacks and things like that and spam. That's just something that's always good to have. All right. So with this, I want to go over here to the left hand side. So you have styles. Where you can change anything. You can change the background color of the form. You can change the page background. You can change the border colors. You can change anything in here. You can change the type of font that you are using. You can change the size of the font. Yeah, so you can change everything in here. So you can change everything in here. The background colors. So, you play with this on your own, but this is where if you want to get a little bit of jazzy. So let's say we wanted to make this background color be green. You could change the color to that. Or if you have brand colors, you could change that background of that. And then let's say we want to change this. If you wanted to change that background, this is what it looks like on desktop. And then this is what it would look like on mobile. Let's go back. All right. So I'm going to go back, and I actually just want to change this to regular, back to white. All right. And again, like, you can change it to your brand colors if you like. You can make it all jazzied up. All right. So then you can go, my favorite part is you can go over here to blocks. Now, all of these elements, they are drag and drop. And then you have input fields. We want to use the date input field. So you are going to drag this. You're going to put it at the bottom. All right. And then you want to make sure you go to the date format. You want to change it to MMDDYYYY, which stands for month, date, and year. So they have to use 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and 4 digits for the year. This is the only way that Klaviyo will actually recognize their birth date. Then for the placeholder, you just want to put in the same thing so that they know to put in 2 months for the day, for the month, day, and the year. All right. Then you want to go down here to profile property, and we want to put in either birthday or birth date. We're going to use birthday as a safeguard. Now your profile, you see how it says custom properties and it has birthday. You probably don't have that custom profile property, so we're going to create it. So just when you type it in, when you say birthday, you're just going to create birthday as a custom profile property. All right, now we want to make that required. And we're going to say, for the text label, we're going to say, when is your birthday? All right, so whatever it is that you want to say, you can say, when is your birthday? Whatever it is that you want to say, what's your birthday? Whatever. You want to put that label there. You want to make sure that you change that label. All right. Now, I do make this required. All right, so now over here, let's jump back onto the actual form. I don't ask them for their last name. I don't ask them for their first name, because if they opted in, you should already know their birthday. I mean, their first name. So we're going to match up the email with the birthday. All right. So let's go back over here to the blocks. What I do like to do, I like to at least at minimum have a banner up top, a graphic. So I always delete my name and I just select an image. I usually use an image that is 1080 by 430. So right here, where it says 1080 by 430, that is usually the size banner that I use for my subscribe pages. Now, as you see, it is very tiny. We are going to add one more zero because in this already it says 100, but we want to make it 1000. All right, so that it is a full frame. Now you can also look over here. This is what it will look like on mobile. All right. And then let's go back to designing it. Now, here at the bottom where it says subscribe, you definitely want to change your button color to your brand color. And we don't necessarily want it to subscribe. We want to say, send me a birthday gift. All right. You don't necessarily have to say send me a birthday gift, but you want it to, your call to action button, you want it to be something that is related to their birthday, right? So you could say send me a birthday gift, or I love birthday surprises, or something to that nature, right? So again, we have a banner here. So again, this is not a birthday banner. This is just a regular banner that I found in my account. But you want to have the banner to say something along the lines, we love to celebrate you. When is your birthday? Or even if you want to say, just have when is your birthday and you want to add extra words under there. So you can go to add blocks and you can add text under there. And let's say we love to celebrate our subscribers' special day. Let us know when is your birthday. I was trying to use some good grammar, but I'm not the best with grammar, right? So you can add some words up under there still. And so even with this, I probably will make this a size 10 and I would center it, right? So very simple. Again, you can design this and jazz this up the way that you see fit. And then I do want to go here to this button. All right, so we want to go to the success page. We want to go, we want to say, we've got your birthday gift waiting. I can't spell tonight. And then you want to just say something right here. Be on the lookout for an email from us on your special day. We can't wait to celebrate you. All right. Now you just want to put some verbiage in here that is reference to their birthday, right? You don't want to just say, hey, you've been subscribed. So then we would just publish that. So once we publish that, this will be the link for us to use. We will just copy this link, and so this is what the form will look like. I'm just going to put in my email address. So remember how we changed that font? I'm gonna go back and show you all. All right, send me a birthday gift. All right, that is our success page. So I am going to show you what that would look like as a person's birthday, how it records actually in Klaviyo. All right, so this is my profile. As you can see, I even spelled support wrong, but this was what it would look like. So you can go to any profile name and I have birthday. So it recorded my actual birthday. All right, so let's go to actually building out our birthday flow. All right, so we're going to go over here and we're going to actually build it from scratch. So we're going to go to flows and we are going to go to, if it ever loads, create flow, and we are going to create flow from scratch. Now, for me, I like to send people build your own. All right, so we're going to label it birthday flow, and we're going to create flow. And so we're going to select the trigger. So we are going to scroll down and we're going to do date property. and the date property that we're going to use. This is, remember, I said to create that profile property. We're going to use, this is the one that we created, birthday. All right. Now it says before the date of the property value. So that means, when do you want to send it before their birthday, or do you want to send it on their birthday? So for me, I like to send an email about 2 days before the actual birthday. So you don't have to, but this is what I like to do, because people get excited about their birthday. So I want them to know 2 days before, hey, we know your birthday is coming up. And I like to tell them to prep their cart, because we have a special discount that's coming to them on their birthday. So if you have things set up on your website, like a wish list, you can tell them, hey, build out your wish list and tell your family this is what you want for your birthday. So again, I like to do 2 days before this person's birthday. And you can leave it at 12 p.m., the person's local time zone. And this is going to actually reoccur every year. So you want to make sure you change it to yearly. Then you want to go to next, and we are going to save. Confirm and save. All right. So we are going to put an email right here, and we are going to click on it, and we're going to say birthday flow email number 1. We are going to go down here, and we're going to turn off our smart sending, and we are going to save. All right. So you want to put a subject line in here. You want to say something like, hey, we know your birthday is coming. And then you're going to put a preview text here. And you can say something like, get your cart ready. Something to that agree. And then we're going to save again. All right. So now let's go in and select a template. Now, if you have a graphic designer, you can use a template from there, or you can look in here through Klaviyo and see what they have and plug and play a flow in here. So I'm just going to see what they have and see if they have something that I actually would like. Let's see. I know let me see. Birthday. Let's see what they have for birthday. Okay, well, this is all that they have for birthday. So we are going to use it. All right. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to use like this template. And then I'm going to also show you in the next email what I would do if I was starting from scratch. All right. So you can put your logo header here. I usually don't use that. But you want to say, we're not going to say happy birthday. We're going to say, because it's almost a birthday. It's almost your birthday. Okay, we heard that it's your birthday. Do you know what that means? Today is all about you. I will actually delete that. And so they have this section here. Me personally, we aren't giving them a coupon. We are telling them to prep their cart. So if I had products, I do not have products on my, let's see. Do I have any products in here? Okay, we're just going to use these 2 products. All right, so we're going to act like these are actual products. My store is not active. I do not use Shopify anymore, so that's why you can't see my products. But we are going to do this with, you know what? Let me go onto an account that actually has products. 1 second. All right, so I am inside of an account that actually has products. So again, this birthday flow is going to be acknowledging that their birthday is coming up, and we want to tell them that we have a special gift coming to them. So let me actually just delete this whole section. All right, so let's go back. I want to delete this, and then let's duplicate that, but let's delete this button because I want it to look a little bit, yeah, I want it to look a little bit so you guys can kind of understand. All right, so let's pretend that this is an image. Also for me, I always design in desktop and I view it in mobile. All right, so we want to say happy, not happy birthday. It's almost your birthday. And then you can put in, you can leave, name of person. Let's see how big that is. That's huge and mobile. So we want to condense this down some. Let me go with 28. Let's see. Excuse me. How big that is. I got the hiccups. All right. So we're just going to make it a 24. All right. So we want to say here, we heard your birthday is coming soon, and we are so excited for you. All right. Please come up with some different type of copy. I'm just using this off the top of my head. Make yours sound like your brand. We heard your birthday is coming soon, and we are so excited for you. We have a special gift arriving in your inbox on your birthday. Be sure to keep an eye out on your email. In the meantime, get your cart ready. All right. Now, again, if you have something like a wish list, something like that, you definitely want to tell them to prep their cart and to tell their family, tell them to prep their cart and to let their family know what they want. And so what we are going to do is we're going to add some products here, right? But we're not just going to be adding any type of products. We want to use dynamic products. We want to use product that they will actually like. So we are going to create a product feed. So we can either do what they like or what they recently viewed. So I'm going to show you how to create both of them. So we're going to say liked, and I'm going to put demo here so I know to delete it. Customer liked. All right. So you put customer liked. You don't have to put demo. All right. So what product should the customer view first? And we want to use products a customer may also like based on both their viewing and purchase history. All right. Now, if the customer has limited history, what should they view instead? We want them to look at our best selling products and our most viewed products, and it's going to be over the time period of 90 days. Now you want to show products that include, you can put all categories, but if you want it to be from a certain price range, so let's say you wanted people to spend a minimum of $50 or whatever your price ranges is. If you have a low, medium, and high tier product, you can use price, but we just use all categories on a regular basis. So we want to create that feed. So anything that the customer like, they will see right here. Now to customize this, so in this product feed, you can have 3 photos per row, and you can have one row. Me personally, what I like to do, I always like to show 2 products in a row, and I like to do 2 or 3 rows, right? So it kind of looks okay. Then for the max image height, I always like to change this to 175 or 200. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So on the default, it says 125, and I want to show you how little the pictures are. So the pictures are very little, but when you increase it to 175 or sometimes even 200, you will be able to see that the products are a little bit bigger. Let's actually go up a little bit more because I like the products to be big. You don't have to, if you want it to be small, that's fine. So yeah, the products look a little bit bigger. All right. And then right here where it says stack on mobile, remember we are designing in desktop, but when you switch over to mobile, all of the products are going to be stacked on each other. Now, if you like it like that, then that's fine. Me personally, I don't like it like that unless it's an odd number of products. So, and we have 6 products here. If it was 5, I probably would have it be in one line. But since it's an even amount of products, I take stack on mobile off. So when you switch over to the mobile view, this is what it actually looks like. All right. So the next thing is you want to make sure that your text is on brand. So for this brand, this is our text color. Our font. And you want to make sure your price, you want to make sure everything, all your font looks the same. The button text, we want to make sure that is our brand font. And then your button styles. Always make sure you change your button colors to your brand colors. So for this brand, black and white is brand color. So we're going to change that to black. All right. And then essentially, I don't know what happened. Oh man, what happened? All right, we're back. So you see how that says it's almost your birthday, Ranisha. All right, let's go in here and edit that. And also, I wanted to show you all, if you ever, let's say you did not have this here, if you want to add any type of personalization here, you just click on this little icon and you can add personalization, and you can just click on first name. If you don't have the person's name, if you have a nickname from your audience, so if you call your audience dolls or millionaire or boss or whatever it is, or you can just say friend, you can insert that here, and that will show up instead of their first name. So I'm just going to put friend. All right. So let's see. My name should come up. So yeah. So if you don't have their name, don't worry. Friend will pop up. But like I was saying, we're going to make the button be black. And then here at the bottom, you always want to make sure that you have a unsubscribe button. Unsubscribe a link at the bottom. So for me, what I like to do is I like to make this be size 10, right? And so also another thing is I do not add social links anymore to the bottom of my emails, because my goal is to drive people to the website. So I don't want to have any extra links that they can potentially press that's not going to count towards my website traffic, because every click counts. So I delete the web address. Now, let's say it's not a good example because it's not a photo like that. So we're going to replace this, and we are just going to let me see. I believe we have a birthday image in here. I don't know why. me see. Yes, I believe we have. But if I can't find a birthday image, I'm just going to use any birthday, any image. All right. I cannot find an image, so I'm just going to click on one. So please pretend that this is actually, I want to delete this and I'm going to just add it as an image. So I'm going to select, let me see. I could have sworn. Okay. So we are just going to, let's see here. We're just going to select an image. All right, we're going to use this one. All right. So, you know what? Actually, no, because this is usually like a banner. Let me use a regular graphic one that we would probably use. Because I like let's just use this one. All right, so this is the size that I usually use for all of my headers, 700 by 1000, right? Because when you look on mobile, when they first open their email, this is what they're going to see without them having to scroll. So on your header graphic, you want to make sure that you have a hero image. All right. This should be a call to action button, but this isn't a call to action button, but it should be a button that says only $23. Well, it actually should be a button that says it should be a call to action on a button. You want to have a headline. So your headline needs to sum up what the email is about. So if the email is about their birthday, we want to say, it's almost your birthday, special gift inside, so that they are able to scroll down and see the rest of the email. Now you want the link address, you want it to go to your bestsellers page. So whatever that looks like, that link to your bestsellers collection, you want to put that on the link address. Now for your alt text, whatever your alt text says here, so right here it says upgrade your hair care for only $23. That's exactly what I will put here. I actually will put HHS logo. I will put them little colon marks, and then I will say upgrade your hair care, only $23. Or if you had a picture of your product on here. So let's say, for example, she had her shampoo in here. I will put the name of the shampoo on here. And don't forget your link address. So that is how you actually design an email from scratch. Well, this is using the template, but essentially this is how I will build it out from scratch. I will use this header. You see how I clicked on how that is saying HHS logo, what I put in the alt text, that actually helped with SEO. So that's how we built out the emails. We put a header that's 700 by 1000, and then because a lot of the times people, they scroll straight to the bottom of the email. You can even put a footer here, like I used before. So let's just use this one. So we just put a footer at the bottom. It is size 1080 by 430. We put the same link that we use here. We put it here, and we put our alt text. All right. So also, you want to highlight a word inside of your email body copy. And the reason being is people click on different things. Some people click on buttons, some people click on pictures, some people click on words. So you want to make sure no matter what they click, that all the links are going to the same place, except for if they click on an individual product. So that link to your bestsellers collection, you want to highlight a word in there. I'm just going to put my website. Pretend this is your bestsellers collection link. And then you want to make it bold. And if you have a accent color for your brand, you can make it that color. How you do that is you put text color, and then again, you can put in your hex code and change that there. All right, so in essence, that's how you design an email. For the rest of this course, I'm not going to design the emails. I am just going to show you how to create a coupon code inside of here. And then I'm also going to show you how to the time delays and what the email should consist of. All right, so now I am going to show you how to create a dynamic coupon code. This is the coupon code that you're actually going to give people on their birthday. So you have to decide, what type of incentive do I want to give people on their birthday? Am I going to give them 10% off? Am I going to give them 15% off? Do they have to spend a minimum amount of money in order to get the incentive? And how long is the incentive going to be good for? So on the left-hand side of Klaviyo, you want to click on coupons, and we are going to create a Shopify coupon. Now, the Shopify coupon, this is actually a unique one-time use coupon code. What that means is you're going to just put a little code inside of Klaviyo, and Klaviyo will actually generate a unique 8-digit code for each person. You don't have to send the codes out yourself. Klaviyo is going to create them, so that way they can't give their coupon codes to their friend because it's only assigned to them and their email address. So we are going to, let's say, for example, we are going to give them 15% off for their birthday. So we would just name this birthday 15. I like to keep it really simple, sweet, and straight to the point. I don't use the prefix, so you don't have to worry about that. Percentage, we want to do 15% off. We're doing the entire order. Now, if you require a minimum purchase, you will click there and put in whatever that minimum purchase is for you. Then activation date, it is going to be at send time. All right. And then after a certain amount of days. So for us, we like to give people about a week to use their incentive for their birthday. You can decide if you want it to be for the whole month, if you want it to be for 10 days. But for this example, we are going to be using 7 days. So we do 7 days, and we are going to create the coupon. All right, from there, we are going to create our second email and actually give them the coupon. So let's jump right into it. All right, so we are now sending them an email on their birthday. All right, and you can decide what time you want to send that to them. I will send it to them at 9 a.m. first thing in the morning for their birthday. All right, so this email, this is birthday flow email number 2. And you want to put in your subject line and say something like happy birthday. You can even put their name in there. And then we're going to say, so for us, we would say, enjoy 15% off because we are giving them 15% off. We want to turn off smart sending. We want to turn on enable UTM tracking, and we're going to save. All right, we're going to select template. And I am just going to use the same example as before. Use template. All right, so I already showed you how to design. Now, what this want to do, want to say, hey, it's your birthday, and we want to give them incentives. So we would say, again, you design this how you see fit. Here is your 15% off. All right. Now we got to give them the unique coupon code. All right. So now we have to give them the unique coupon code. All right. So we want to click on here. And this is the unique coupon code. All right, so we want to make this be next to this. We want to clear out all this dead air right here. And so you just want to make sure that it is all the same size. So for the coupon code, it goes, you got to do percentage, coupon, space, coupon, underscore code. The name of the coupon. So the name of the coupon that we used was birthday 15. Then you want to put the percentage and that squiggly line. So to know if your coupon is working, and let's put that right there. To know if your coupon is working, you want to go to preview. All right. So when it says birthday 15 preview, that's how you know you have put in your coupon correctly. So again, that code would be the squiggly line, percentage, space, coupon underscore code. I forget what it's called. The hyphen. And then you want to put in the coupon name that you put in Klaviyo. And then you want to put another hyphen. Is that a hyphen? I'm not even, can't even remember. All right. Then you want to put other little squiggly bracket, and let's zoom into that so you can see. All right. And so, again, you want to add the products that they may like. And I want to give you a cheat code. So if you go to dynamic right here, when you save that, it's already going to be there. But let's fix it really quick because I didn't save it. So let's change it really quick. Price. All right. Price. We're going to change that. Change this to our brand colors. And then you want to actually save this as a universal block. And what a universal block is, it means anytime when you create the rest of your birthday flows, you can always use this block. So I'm going to say dynamic customer like feed. All right. And then we're going to create that. All right. And then we're going to go back. And so where this is saved at, it is saved under Universal. So these are all the things that we have saved under Universal. So again, your second email, you're actually giving them the coupon. All right. And then we are going to go back and finish creating. And so you want to do a conditional split. And the conditional split is going to be what someone has or has not done, has placed an order at least once since starting this flow, and you want to hit save. And so if they have, all right, I think I was moving too fast. All right, so if they have not created a coupon, have not placed an order since starting this flow, you want to send them an email. All right. And I'm going to put the time delays in at the end. So this is going to be birthday flow email number 1. Email number 3. Sorry. You know, to put in your subject line in your preview text, I don't have to go through that. Make sure that you turn off your smart sending and save it. Then you want to go in and edit the template. And you actually can duplicate this email. So what you want to do, you can actually clone this email. And you can put it here. You want to make sure that you change the name of it. Birthday flow email number 3. You can please change the subject line, the preview text, and then you turn this smart sending off. So I did not turn the smart sending off on this one. All right, so we are going to go in and we're going to edit this. So now we're going to change this verbiage saying, hey, we seen you haven't used your coupon. You still have 15% off or whatever your incentive is. Don't forget to use it. All right. So that's what this email is going to be about. All right. So boom, we're done with that. Now I want to show you. So then we're going to send them another email. And I'm going to show you in this email where to find your universal block. All right, make sure you turn your smart sending off and save, and then select template. I'm not going to go through that whole thing. Hopefully you all have it by now. And then, so when you're creating looking for a universal block, you just go to universal, and everything that you save will be right here, and you drag and drop it here. Now, you can do this with anything. So if you see, these are our universal images. So right here, let's say you wanted this to actually go to a different link. You would unlink and edit it individually. So let's say, for example, you sell clothes. In one email, you wanted this to go to the tops, but in this email, you want it to go to the jeans. So you can always change the link address. So that's how you do the universal blocks. But for the fourth email, we want to tell them, hey, time is running out. We've seen you haven't used your birthday gift. Make sure you use it before it expires. So this email is creating that sense of urgency. So email number 4 is creating urgency for them to use their incentive. All right, then we have our last and final email. All right, and I am just going to clone this for the sake of this video. And we are going to rename this email number 5. Now, this email, we are going to send it out 24 hours before our discount expires. So on day 6, we're sending this out, and I'm going to show you how to put the time delays in there. So this particular email is really creating urgency and telling them, hey, you have 24 hours before your coupon expires. Go ahead and make that purchase. Now, if they make a purchase, so we sent them the first email for their incentive. Now, if they make a purchase, let's say at this email, they will not get this email, right? So don't worry about that. That's why we have this conditional split, has placed an order at least once since starting its flow. All right, so right here, we have day 0. So we want to put a time delay here. All right. and we want to do 2 days. All right, so that's going to be day 2. And then we want to put another time delay here. Then we're going to wait 3 days. And then as you can see right here, it will tell you on what day it is. Now remember, our coupon expires in 7 days. So we can either change this to 2 days, and then it will be day 4, and we will just send the email out every 2 days. Or again, it is completely up to you how you want to do the time delays. But if our coupon expires again in 7 days, our last email is always either going to go out. It's going to go out 24 hours before that coupon expires. So you can play with these days if you want this to be 1 day. If you want this to be 3 days. Right? It's still 6 days. If you wanted this to be 1 day and you wanted this to be 3 days still, and you want this to be 2 days. Or, you can choose these days however you see fit. So if you wanted this to be 1 and I believe 3. No, actually 4. So you just have to play around with how you want your time delays to be. There's no right or wrong answer. But for me, I always make sure that this last email is going out 24 hours before their coupon expires. And again, you do not have to use 7 days. You can use 10 days. You can use 14 days. You can use however many days that you want. And you can also add on more emails if your incentive is longer. Let's say it's 14 days. You can add more emails to this. Or again, you can just split up the time between these 3 emails. All right. That concludes our birthday flow course. I hope you all enjoyed this and hope to see you in our next course.